We're hitting the rocks and the water today on At Your Leisure as we take you to the two extremes that you're going to want to try. I'm Darren Kinder. First off, climb on board with me as I try a new trail system just outside Las Vegas that will push your gearing to a new limit. From there, Chad and Rhea hit the water by airboat and find out why traveling by fan may just be the only way to see parts of the West. Finally, Terry Wood goes out with a group of friends who find Western beauty and a reminder why closed trails affect everyone. Own the outdoors with At Your Leisure. Well, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Darren Kinder, and I've got my good buddy Dave Sutton here, and we've got Glenn behind us, and we're out here. We're just a little bit south of Mesquite in the Logandale area, and we're on what's called the Matterhorn Trail. As you can see, we've got our new Hillside 4x4 out here, and we're actually giving it some workout today, huh, Dave?
Yes, we are.
So, we're gonna show you all the different things there are to do in this area as far as going four-wheeling, boating. There's so much recreation down here in this area, especially as the climate gets a little bit colder up north. There's lots of places to come down here and play.
So being from the Salt Lake area, when I was asked to come down this area with some buddies, and I'm thinking, well, it's kind of a long drive. I'm not sure. I've heard about it over the years, and now that I'm down here, I am so happy that I came.
How happy are you, Dave?
I'm really, really happy about it.
I'm glad you're really happy.
Because I know you're happy.
I'm happy.
So we're happy. And we're seeing a lot of scenery. A lot of stuff I've never done, and it's been a real pretty area with the Valley of Fire around us.
We do have maps on our website, vegasvalley.org, or this is actually an entire access OHV area. There's huge sand dunes to go play on, a lot of the buggy trails. There's unrestricted camping out here. It's, there's no fee, but you are in a wilderness area, so you have to understand there is wildlife out here. There are snakes, there's bighorn sheep that is very prevalent. See coyotes, the occasional mountain lion, but it's pretty much a free-for-all out here. Just as long as everybody stays on the designated trails, they're all very well marked. It is one of our favorite areas to go play and enjoy the beautiful scenery, enjoy the trails.
The thing that we've noticed about the Logandale Overton area is the fact that it's a small area, but they've embraced the use of their public lands for off-roading, for ATVs, for Jeeps, and they're realizing the economic impact of that. And that's the same pattern that we've seen in southern Utah, starting with the Paiute Trail, where that economic impact has made a huge difference for that area.
Usually I come down jeeping alone, or I'm alone in my rig with buddies. A lot of our spouses don't enjoy this as much as we do. To them, sometimes the trails are the same, even though when I get on a trail, it's totally different.
They like it, they just don't like it as much as you do.
That's it. They like it, I love it.
Right now we're gonna go to Chad Booth in our travel adventure, and he's out at Utah Lake on a different kind of boat.
You know, Rhea, there are some days that God just made to be perfect, and this has got to be one of them. What do you think about being out here? Is this your first time airboating?
It is, and I never would have thought that the Great Salt Lake would have been this beautiful.
Hi everybody, we are out on the Great Salt Lake today for our airboating adventure. And we have gotten in touch with some of the guys here from the Utah Airboat Association and a whole bunch of these boats around the state. And you don't often see them out, but that's because you don't come out here where they run.
Well, the reason why they have these airboats out here on the Salt Lake is they can come out here and they can go duck hunting, bird hunting. And then, you don't necessarily have to hunt though. I mean, you can just come out here and just cruise around. Oh my gosh, these things move out. I cannot believe how fast they are, and they're so much fun to be on.
Lots of horsepower, fun. You get to go places where no other boat can go. You can't walk it, you can't do anything. And it's just, you get to slide around on shallow water and skinny little stuff, and it's just really fun. And you get to go to places you could never go.
I just like to hunt ducks, and and airboats are a great way to get out and explore some new territory. It'll take you into a lot of really, really cool places. There's a whole lot of land out on the Great Salt Lake that not a lot of other people can access, and airboat's just the best way to get to that property. We bow fish off of it, just go fishing, go for boat rides, just a nice way to get out. And it's not very crowded that time of the year either.
We want good habitat, good territory for these birds to live in and migrate through and eat.
If you have an interest in getting involved in airboating, I'd suggest you go out and go for a ride with somebody or try a day of duck hunting. There is the Utah Airboat Association, and they would be your point of contact, not only to find out about what the experience is like, because they like to take people out and introduce them like they did with you and I today.
So fun.
But they also can help you find one in case you want to buy one.
Without the Airboat Association, we wouldn't have the access to the lake that we do. They do so many different projects, whether it's easements or whether it's working with the Capitol Hill trying to get different movements passed, or even as simple as just building nesting projects or going out and spraying frag.
I take people out for like bird watching tours. I mean, not for money or anything, just because I have friends that like to see birds, and there's no better way to get out in the marsh than on an airboat. So we'll take people out that want to just take binoculars and have a great time, and might be May. We'll go out there and take a lunch and have a great time.
Airboats serve a real purpose in the fact that you can get to places that you can't by land. So, you can drive to your duck blind. You're right there on the edge of the duck terrain. You take your airboat out, you can go way out there, and basically instead of waiting for the ducks to come to you, you can go to the ducks. It makes for an entirely different hunting experience. But there's also a cool factor, as one father will tell you about duck hunting with his son.
Being able to access the marsh, whether it be in an airboat or a mud boat, going out and it's free, it's natural environment. You get to see this earth as it's created. There's very, very little development out on the marsh. The other thing about both airboating, mud boats, is you get the ability to take your family. I take my young son with me just about every place I go.
The vast, vast majority of the 2 million people across the Wasatch Front will never get to go there. And it's unfortunate for them, but it's beautiful out here, and I'm just fortunate to be able to do it.
There are very few experiences in life that can match this. It's the quiet of the day, even though we're on a very noisy boat. It's the calmness of the water, the blue skies, and just the tranquility of being so far away. It's really been an exceptional day.
Indeed. Well, we need to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to have our product review, so don't go away.
The Utah Farm Bureau has always been there to fight for the needs of its members, with discount programs on items ranging from vehicles and ATVs to health and wellness. The membership fees aren't big, but the results are. We've been around since 1916, and we're not leaving anytime soon. Utah Farm Bureau. We work for those who work to feed the world.
A powder day in the trees. A morning of crisp air and blue skies. A winter destination in your own backyard. Tooele County is all of them in one. It's time to experience a new adventure you never knew you were missing. It's time to find out what's just over the mountain. Tooele County, Utah. The Wasatch Front is your home. Tooele is your backyard.
Do you need your own place? Well, I'm Jill Kinder with Exit Realty Plus, and I can help you find your new home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking to expand or looking for an investment property, give me a call. So when you're ready, contact me, Jill Kinder, at 801-718-4622 or at jillkinder@gmail.com.
Exit Realty Plus, helping you find the home of your dreams.
In the mountains, there's only one way. Through the tightest trees, steepest climbs, and deepest drifts. boys go higher and further than before.
Okay, raise your hands. Who wants to go RVing? Hi, I'm Chad Booth. Check out this Georgetown for this month's review for Ray City RV. It's got a lot of cool stuff. Some of it will blow your socks. Let's check it out.
Biggest reason that we chose Georgetown had to do with one of the only manufacturers that are using a lot of the new building materials like Asdel. You eliminate some of the interior wood, so you get rid of the dry rot issues that you usually run into in a motorhome. Full fiberglass roof, so you don't get water inside of it.
I love it when people come up with great ideas, and they've done one here. The back storage compartment, usually you have to have 3 doors and you fumble around to get your stuff and you're leaning on your belly and you're reaching way in. Well, all of your equipment now fits on this, a slide out drawer. As you can tell, I like cameras. I like being on TV, but this is Georgetown TV, and this is the right turn signal camera, so you can see what's coming on the side before you turn into it. And of course, from there, inside is a snap. Now, this place has got a lot of space, but it doesn't look like it when you first walk in. Let's take a look at the magic slide. The reason that I call this the magical slide is that the urban assault vehicle that I have is a few years old, and this is pretty much what you lived in the motorhome. A little aisleway down the middle, kitchen on one side, your dinette and couch like this. Magic slide means that you actually increase the space of your entire living area, and this is a pretty long one. Now, it's not the full slide like some of the great big buses, but it is enough to give you what I call comfortable apartment-sized living, which is pretty cool. So if you look at it, you've got your couch here, which is a hide-a-bed, so you can sleep people here, and your other guests can use this convertible dinette, which also turns into sleeping area. Now, this is something I've never seen them do before, but notice this little stand right here? Okay. Well, they've included this base in the purchase of the Georgetown, where you can take the base outside, pop the table off, take it outside, throw out your camp chairs, and you've got a table. It looks like this RV has 2 microwaves. This one is actually a TV, and you can open it up, and there's covered space behind it. Now, take a look at this bad big boy fridge here. This is not just RV full-size, bucko. This is full-size, full-size. They've actually built in a small bedside stand, place to put your glass of water, your watch, your false teeth, whatever it is that you want to put out here at night. You'll have them right at hand. Now, lately, motorhomes have been going to corner showers because they maximize the available space by putting a corner shower unit in the bathroom. You can see that they've succeeded with that here on the Georgetown. Of course, one thing to talk about Georgetown is that they've got a very powerful motor in them. It's a Ford V10, which gives it plenty of pep and go, and they're actually a delight with the big visibility of the front window to drive. So you may drive over to Ray City RV on Riverdale Road in Roy to look at the Georgetown, but don't be surprised if, like me, you end up driving home in the Georgetown. I'm Chad Booth. That's it for this product review. We'll see you next time on the Ray City RV Review.
2015 is drawing to a close, and Ray City RV is already looking to the new year with our 2015 blowout sale, where you will never pay MSRP. Come in and take a look at this new Everlight 242 RBS, regularly $40,852, now at Ray City's blowout price of just $32,682. Or take home this Rockwood 2270, only $100 monthly payment. Ray City RV's 2015 blowout sale, serving Utah since 1946.
It's time for the Black Friday sale you actually want to go to. November 27th and 28th, Weller Recreation in Camas is making Black Friday worth waking up for. Get the best deal of the year on all your favorite climb gear. 35% off in-stock clothing, 20% off in-stock accessories, and 40 to 60% off non-current apparel. It all starts November 27th at 10 a.m. Get into Weller Recreation Superstore right off Highway 248 going into Camas. If you want more information, check out wellerrec.com.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at. where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. Get the gift of horsepower during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event. Financing as low as 2.99% and rebates up to $1,500. Ranger XP 900s and Crew 900s come with a free 3-year extended warranty and big cash rebates. Sportsman ATVs come with a free winch. Get these great deals and more during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're down in the Logandale area, and you can't believe how much recreation opportunities are right on your doorstep.
You know that saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, this happens outside of Vegas, so you got to get outside to see it. And family-wise, I've raised 2 boys in that town, and this is what kept them to where they're grown men and good men now, you know.
So we have a lot of other fun things to do here in this area, from hiking. We've got the Moapa Valley Refuge, we've got great hiking trails, wonderful picnic area. We've got the Valley of Fire State Park, same thing. Kids just love to climb on the red rocks down there. We're right next to Lake Mead, which is a huge reservoir. Even though it's a lot smaller than it was a few years ago, it's still huge, lots of great fishing. My husband and I go catfishing all the time.
There's actually a lot of history, Indian history around this area, petroglyph lakes, all that down in through the south part of next to the lake. Right now, when Hoover Dam was built, the dam is kind of low, so there's towns submerged years and years ago. Now they're starting to come up above the water, so you can see that now. And there's other things out there. There's actually a World War II bomber, you know, you can dive down to. A lot of fishing out there, camping all around the lake, you know, cliff diving, all them. The young kids do that. The old guys don't do that anymore.
We've got all kinds of places just to go, jump in the truck for an afternoon and drive up on the mesa and go to the Double Negative, which is this land art that we've got here. And then we have various events. The Eureka usually has an OHV weekend in February that we like to go over. That's a lot of fun on their property. And we do a lot of things with Mesquite because the 2 communities are very close. One of the fun things that we have abundantly out here is a lot of history, mining. There's a lot of mines to explore and just different, a lot of ranching was done in the area, and so you can always find mackerel and little water features out there with wildlife. But we have a lot of mining, and that is a fun thing to do some exploring with the mining.
Probably within 80 miles anywhere you go, northwest, southeast of Vegas, there's some kind of trail to ride. You get towards California and stuff, they have Dumont Dunes within 80 miles, and then you got Armagosa Valley, which is basically northwest, and a lot of sand, if that's what you're into. Red Rock Canyon, there's hiking, there's, you know, of course, the Red Rock Loop, there's trails up into the mountains through that end of town too. That's an experience.
Well, right now we need to get to our trailhead adventure, and it's brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Check them out.
We're back once more on the old trail, our own trail. Rudyard Kipling wrote those words in a poem about life's travels through the wilds of the world. That imagery of trails and the unknown is a part of Western culture and our drive to get off the beaten path in search of new horizons. Today, a group of old friends are doing just that. Riding trails, new and old, in an attempt to relive past memories.
We grew up on motorcycles, and we raced and we rode, and you know, as we got older, we transitioned to 4-wheelers. We can get back to the good old days where we've all had fun together, and this is just an excuse to bring us all together.
We come down here about twice a year, and we try to enjoy all of the areas. Just the different landscapes that you can see within a day. They vary from one extreme to another.
We all have a common bond that we love to be out in nature and just enjoy it.
and being able to get back into the country, not just driving down the highway and seeing what you can see there, but to get back in there and actually feel what it's like to be back here.
The group has chosen trails that lead into the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument for this year's adventure. Roads here have been controversial since the creation of the monument in 1996, with some routes being closed to off-highway travel that were previously open. Many of the roads are contested by the county as RS 2477 right-of-ways that were always to be open for public access. Several of those claims have been challenged, and the trails closed across BLM and Forest Service lands. The group today doesn't dwell on the lost acreage, instead focusing on where they can ride and what they can see. But the images of past reunions still linger in their minds, memories of adventures that can never be recreated with children and grandchildren.
There's definitely a balance that we have to be careful and to articulate that balance. So we're cautious about staying on existing roadways, and yet without that access, you would only see a fraction of the country that's available to see. And when you get out here and away from it all, then you start appreciating just exactly the magnificence that we live among. I know that there are people that abuse the land, but they can't lump everybody into one group, because there are people that use it and love it and respect it.
Public lands belong to every American citizen, but when disputes erupt between user groups, it's easy to point fingers and lay blame. The knee-jerk reaction of us against them clouds the issue and can turn the image of public lands into one of our lands and their lands. And some feel as if they personally have a claim on certain areas that trumps all others. It's a problem that extends beyond just government agencies and motorized users.
I worked for Provo City, and we had access into an area called Big Springs, and then a property owner acquired the land that you had to cross to get to it. And even though we had a right-of-way across that to get back there, they had a trailer sitting there, and the lady actually had a 30-30 she set across the doorway just to let us know that that was her property, and more or less she was allowing us to cross her property. And those kinds of things, I think, are ridiculous. We all have access. It's public lands back in there, and people should have the right to get back to it.
The debate over how to protect and use public lands will continue beyond the foreseeable future, affecting trails and access. But today isn't about what has been lost so much as about what is still here, as friends, new and old, discover the beating heart of what makes the West a symbol of freedom and discovery.
This is our land. It's not the government's, it's ours. And I think that we should be able to have a say in what happens here. I think that we need to respect it. I think we need to take care of it and love it and use it. This beautiful country, and it's here to be used and enjoyed, and for people to take part in, and it's only going to better ourselves if we can do more of it, and that's why that access is so important.
Get off the thoroughfare, stop trying to get from point A to point B as quick as you can, and get back and enjoy what's out there.
That is what these lands are here for, after all, and why everyone is invited to find the old trails, our trails. From the vistas of the Southwest, I'm Terry Wood.
It's out there. Something is definitely out there. Whatever it is, it's big. At one point, I swear, we got so close I could smell it. But then, poof, it was gone.
Right. It exists. The new Honda Pioneer 1000 with a best-in-class engine and 6-speed fully automatic dual-clutch transmission. Pioneer 1000 from Honda.
Tucked away just outside of Cedar City, Utah, are two of southern Utah's best-kept secrets, Canaraville Falls and Kolob Canyons. The rare scenic views create beautiful backdrops to capture the perfect selfie. Get your selfie to Canaraville Falls or Kolob Canyons and get in on one of Utah's best-kept secrets. Go to visitcedarcity.com and access your adventure.
Beautiful scene, isn't it? The great wide spaces of the wild, wild west. Hi, I'm Chad Booth, host of At Your Leisure. I'm asking you to support the Blue Ribbon Coalition. Their efforts responsibly preserve access to our public lands. If it were not for the Blue Ribbon Coalition and their efforts, you may not have access to millions of acres of land across the West. This is America's playground, and if we don't do anything, we are going to lose it. Join, participate, and donate.
It's time for the Black Friday sale you actually want to go to. November 27th and 28th, Weller Recreation in Camas is making Black Friday worth waking up for. Get the best deal of the year on all your favorite climb gear. 35% off in-stock clothing, 20% off in-stock accessories, and 40 to 60% off non-current apparel. It all starts November 27th at 10 a.m. Get into Weller Recreation Superstore right off Highway 248 going into Camas. If you want more information, check out wellerrec.com. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're out here on the Matterhorn Trail. We've been having a great time today. We've got Glenn and Dave been out here beating our stuff up and having a great time.
Now it's really easy to get to the Logandale area. You just get off on Highway 169, whether you're heading north or south on I-15. We're about an hour north of Las Vegas and about a half hour south of Mesquite. And you just get on 169, head south, and it'll bring you right into Logandale. It's not hard to get here, is it?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, and once you get down here, there is all kinds of hotels and RV camping, and plus you got all the stuff out here in the desert you can camp in as well. So if you don't want to, you know, the place with the showers and all that kind of stuff, you can just come out here in the desert and camp. So it's a real beautiful place to be, and as you can see. But right now we need to get to our travel planner, and we'll show you all the things that are coming up next.
Well, Christmas is right around the corner, and some of the biggest events of the season are coming right up. First off, on November 30th in Tooele is the Christmas Lighting and Live Nativity at the historic Benson Grist Mill. This is a fun event for the whole family with Santa Claus and all kinds of pioneer fun. Then, December 4th and 5th in Helper, Utah is the Christmas Town Celebration. The entire town becomes the North Pole for a couple days, and everyone is invited to come down and celebrate. It's all capped off with a light parade on the night of the 5th. Lastly, December 7th through the 12th in Cedar City, you can come down for Christmas at the Homestead. This is a great old-fashioned Christmas celebration at the Frontier Homestead Museum. Right there on Main Street, there's a lot of activities for kids, fresh baked bread, and a visit from Santa.
Well, if you'd like more information about events like this, become a fan of ours on Facebook at AYLTV. But right now, let's look at next week's show.
Thanksgiving is almost here, and next week we're celebrating on the mountaintops at one resort with a bit of everything for your winter adventure. Then we'll trade white for red as we leave the snow and follow some riders into a world of sand and stone. Finally, Darren Kinder will be at the SEMA show with some new products that will make your wish list. Celebrate with us next week.
All right, well, we're going to be heading back into town now. We've had a great day today. And, you know, this is something that everybody should get out and do, because it really, boy, you don't think it's that, you know, maybe if on camera it doesn't seem that crazy, but boy, when you're in your Jeep and you start climbing up those rock walls, you can see nothing but blue sky. It really gets the heart a pumping. It's been an awesome day. So just remember, get out and create your own adventure at your leisure. You know, national parks such as, you know, shoot, I forgot what it was called. So please check them out. I didn't like that either. Okay.
I'd like to say...
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here. And that way, they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.